Hey guys, it's Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, if you could subscribe, that would be amazing. Hit that little notification bell. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a comment. Thumbs up and like are the same thing, right? I always say that, but it's the same thing. But you can comment if you feel like it. That would be really nice. So why am I here today? Really exciting announcements from Eureka. These companies need to stop. Seriously, like, we're not made out of money. You gotta give us some time to catch up so we can buy more stuff. Like, what is going on? This year already, we've had the Young Master set, which is absolutely incredible, from 88 Films, which I have reviewed, which is right there. The Lucky Star set, which is right here, which I have not even started watching yet, because we also have the Wong Kar-wai set from Criterion, which I just got. I'm going to be doing a video on that right after I shoot this one, like a unboxing kind of thing. And we have the Category 3 films that are coming up from 88, and then we have Time and Tide and One Armed Boxer coming from Eureka. Snake and the Eagle's Shadow is really exciting, coming out from 88. And Spectrum Films is releasing great stuff in June, which I've done a video on. Wild Search, People's Hero, Man on the Brink, My Heart is at Eternal Rose. It's an amazing time to be a fan of Hong Kong cinema, but also a terrifying time, because how will we buy groceries when we're buying so many movies? So, to get to the announcements from today, I'm just going to read this off my computer. A lot of people probably have already seen this. I got a lot of messages this morning on Instagram and via email and on YouTube and on Facebook being like, did you see this? And I'm like, and everyone's head's just exploding. So, the movies. Up first, we have Encounters of the Spooky Kind. This is an absolutely classic Hong Kong genre film, horror film. Came out in 1980. It's directed by and starring Sammo Hung, and it basically invented the hopping vampire genre in the modern era. I can't honestly tell you whether or not there were hopping vampire movies before that, because I don't know. But this was the movie that kind of started that modern trend. And then Mr. Vampire was the huge hit that everyone kind of was hopping on after that. That came out 5 years later, right? And I think that was kind of a bigger movie in terms of the commercial prospects of it. Again, I don't know for sure, but that's kind of the impression I get, reading through things and stuff like that. And so Arna Venema actually put Mr. Vampire on his list of 10 Hong Kong horror movies everyone has to see. And a lot of people were like, what about or Encounters of the Spooky Kind? Come on. And so it's a much beloved film, and a film people are really excited to have coming out on Blu-ray. This is coming out on June 21st, which is another thing, because it's dude, 88 is already releasing stuff on June 21st. Spectrum is releasing stuff on June 21st. Is anyone going to have any money to spend on anything in the month of June other than movies? Why are you doing this to us? Special features. Limited edition O-card slipcase featuring new artwork by Darren Wheeling, who also did the Lucky Star set, which is behind me. Limited edition reversible poster featuring the film's original Hong Kong artwork. That's 2,000. These are both limited to 2,000 units. 1080p presentation on Blu-ray from a brand new 2K restoration. This is the worldwide debut on home video release for this restoration, so that's really exciting. Rare alternate Cantonese soundtrack. Optional English dubbed audio, optional English subtitles newly translated for this release. Brand new feature-length audio commentary from Asian film expert Frank Zheng. Now, fun fact for you, I interviewed Frank last night, and he actually told me that Eureka was making this announcement today. Frank is the nicest person in the world. He was so friendly to me, and he's been working with Hong Kong cinema since 1996. So 25 years he's been working in that field. And he grew up in Hong Kong. His knowledge and the number of films that he's seen in his history with these movies is incomparable. It was just incredible to talk to him and to learn so much about. We talked a lot about Tai Seng, which is a company he used to work for that did a lot of VHS and then Laserdisc and DVD releases. So I learned so much about how these movies were released in the U.S. on VHS, how they got the titles from Hong Kong to release, how they were marketed, how they were duplicated, distributed, all this really fascinating information. If you don't watch this channel, I'm really interested in the various releases of these films over the years and how they got into the world and who was watching them and stuff like that. And then we talked about his commentaries for other releases he's done. And he actually showed me, this is going to blow your mind when this interview drops. I'm hoping this will be out week after next. He showed me a stack of notes that were his notes for the Time and Tide audio commentary that he did, which is coming out in a couple months. Time and Tide is a movie I'm really, really excited about, directed by Choi Hark. You can go watch my video on that announcement if you want to know more about that. But I can't even tell you. It looked like a novel. It was like so many pages of notes. Like, he does so much research. He reads interviews with the people involved in the movie in Cantonese, like looking for bits of information that English language speakers probably wouldn't have access to. It's just, he's really dedicated to giving you the best understanding and experience and appreciation of loving these films. And so I'm really, really excited for that commentary track. He actually talked to me also, but I won't tell you everything because you should watch the interview. But there, he gave me some insights on how he got ready for his commentary on the Lucky Stars, because he does all the Lucky Stars films on that set for commentaries as well. Archival interview with Sammo Hung, alternate English opening and closing credits, that's pretty cool. Still gallery, original trailer, limited edition collector's booklet featuring a writing by James Oliver. That's also 2,000 copies. So James Oliver has done a lot of the 88 stuff too. So if you saw my Maximum Risk review just a couple days ago, the 88 Blu-ray release of that, the Van Damme film that was directed by Ringo Lam, he did the notes for that, like the essay for that. So that's Encounters of the Spooky Kind. And then we have a movie that is really, really exciting for me. And then once I finish talking about these, I'm going to talk about why I think that this announcement is actually really important too for us as fans of Hong Kong cinema. So, coming out the same day, June 1st, 2021, is PTU, which stands for Police Tactical Unit. This is a Johnny To film. It stars Simon Yam and a bunch of others. And it was released in 2003. And well, I'll tell you what's on this release, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about this movie, and then I'll talk a little bit more about why these releases are so important, like I said. Limited edition O-card slipcase featuring new artwork by Gregory Sacre of Gokaiju, 2,000 units. 1080p presentation on Blu-ray, Cantonese audio, which looks like it'll have both stereo and mono options, optional English dubbed audio, optional English subtitles, and English SDH, brand new feature-length audio commentary by Frank Zhang. So hey, there you go. That's really exciting. Archival interview with director Johnny To, archival interview with Simon Yam, archival interview with actress Maggie Sue, trailers, and a collector's booklet featuring new writing by David West of Neo magazine. So I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to show you the Dragon Dynasty release of PTU, which I have right here at the DVD. I got this for like 75 cents on half.com. Leave me a comment if you remember half.com and how much you loved it, because that was my favorite website in the entire world. I bought so many Johnny To movies on there for like $1, $1.50. I got Exiled, I definitely got for like $1.50. Election and Election 2, I both got for around $2. Like I said, this was 75 cents. Vengeance, I got for like $2 or $3 or something like that. I really miss that website. So, there you go. Hey, look, there's Donnie Yen. And then this has Into the Night, an exclusive Into the Perilous Night, excuse me, an exclusive interview with acclaimed director Johnny To, and On the Trail of the Smoking Gun, an exclusive interview with leading man Simon Yam. So those might actually be the same interviews that are on the Eureka release. I'm not actually sure. And then actually this has an interview with Maggie Shu, so they probably are the same interviews, right? So this movie is about cops who lose a gun. And they go around Hong Kong trying to get the gun back. And it's a thriller, but also this kind of existential thing about the weight that you feel, about the responsibility of the weapon, and the lives it could possibly take. If that sounds familiar to you, it's because I believe that movie is loosely kind of based on this absolutely classic film right here called Stray Dog, released in 1949, Kurosawa, starring Toshiro Mifune and Takashi Shimura. This is the Criterion edition of this film. And so this movie is about a cop in post-war Tokyo who loses his revolver is stolen, and it's got, I think, 6 bullets in it, and he starts to feel this incredible existential weight of every bullet and all of the people who might die because of those bullets, and how it's his fault because he lost the gun. And that's a very Kurosawa thing of, like, it's not just about this thriller plot, it goes into the existential kind of what it means to have the responsibility of having weapons and to be an authority figure and stuff like that. And that movie is also really interesting because essentially what the guy learns, the detective played by Mifune, spoiler alert a little bit here, the person who stole his gun is also a veteran of World War II and is very similar to him, like same age, kind of like same unit, like that kind of thing. And so Kurosawa is really looking at the choices that people make in life and how that determines who you are and who you become and what kind of impact you have on society and stuff like that. And one of the things that's really interesting about that Kurosawa film, and I'll stop talking about it in a minute because I know this is a Hong Kong channel, not a Japanese movie channel, but there's a scene where Mifune's character goes out into the black markets of post-war Tokyo looking for someone who might have stolen the gun, or like looking for information or stuff. It's incredible sequence shot on location in post-war Tokyo, like really incredible. Mifune actually couldn't film all of that because it was too dangerous. Like they had to have there are some scenes where there's a double, you see them kind of from behind. If I'm remembering correctly, like it was really dangerous to be in those black markets with the camera, and so they had to like be sneaky about how to hide the camera and stuff like that. It's really interesting history of that film. So that's PTU, and why the Johnny To announcement is really exciting to me is that Johnny To is a really incredible filmmaker. I know he's really well respected, but he doesn't have the visibility and the popularity with the physical media crowd that Jackie Chan has, right? And same thing with Sammo Hung. Like if you look at the other Eureka Sammo Hung release, it's 3 movies. It's Eastern Condors, I think Magnificent Butcher, and maybe Prodigal Son. It's Eastern Condors and 2 other earlier Sammo Hung films. And that indicates to me that at some point Eureka didn't have the confidence to release Sammo Hung films individually, and now they are. And I know that this film is very, very popular, so it has its own kind of fan base in addition to being a Sammo Hung film. But I mean, obviously Eastern Condors has that too. It's such a famous movie. But to me, this indicates the fact that Eureka has a lot of confidence in the fan base for Hong Kong cinema who's going out and buying these films. And so I think that indicates a really positive future for these releases going forward. If we keep buying them as fans, they will keep releasing them. If we keep reviewing them on our channels, like people like me, and I know Andrew Amflett's been doing a lot of Hong Kong cinema reviews, and like Coin Op TV does like the pickup videos and stuff like that. And like there's a lot of great people out there who are covering these releases. And the more that we do that, and the more that we talk about them, and the more that we comment on these videos and stuff like that, the better the traction is, the more likely it is that Eureka is going to keep digging in, pushing past Jackie Chan and past Jet Li and past John Woo, and just like those handful of names we always see. And we'll start to get more. That's like I said, I know Johnny To is very famous, but he's only very famous within a certain crowd. And I don't think that he has really crossed over to the crowd of people who will buy like all of these. I mean, these Jackie Chan movies sell like hotcakes. Like there's a huge discrepancy between the numbers that a Jackie Chan movie is doing and like what a Johnny To is doing. But to see Johnny To's films getting pushed like this, and they released Throwdown recently too, gives me hope that Johnny To might catch on with that crowd that's buying all those Jackie Chan films, and then maybe other filmmakers will start to catch on, and maybe with these Ringo Lam Van Damme releases, maybe those will sell well, and with 88's Hong Kong release is selling well, maybe they'll be like, oh, well, maybe Ringo Lam's Hong Kong films might do really well, and they'll start looking into, stuff like that. And like, Spectrum released Full Alert, which I have right here. I'm going to be doing a whole spotlight video very soon on Spectrum Films, talking about all of their releases and why they're so great and how you can watch them in English, because you might know that they are a French company, so they have usually French subs and dub, and then Canto as well, but no English. But I've already watched 3 of those releases, those 3 right there. And I don't speak either one of those languages, so I will talk to you about how I was able to do that. This video is getting a little bit long. My name is Will. These are the really exciting upcoming releases from Eureka, June 21st, 2021. Encounters of Spooky Kind and PTU. Thanks for watching the channel, and we will see you next time. Look out for our Frank Zhang interview coming very soon. Really excited about that. Lots of awesome content coming up. Like I said, the Spectrum Films label spotlight. I got a couple videos coming up on the Wong Kar-wai box set. So stay tuned for those, and we'll see you next time.